Welcome, everybody. I'm slipping in some more streaming amongst my jury dutying, and I'm streaming at night my time. We'll see how it goes. Having fun cubing when I can here. Cube is intense, haymakers left and right, good cards in every pack. It can be pressure-filled, it can be intimidating to see that many quality cards and try to make a decision. But the good news is that because all the cards are there for a reason, to do a powerful job and be part of some sort of archetype, you can largely do what you want. I mean, if you land smack dab on the color pair and strategy that the person directly to your right wants to be doing, you're in trouble. You're going to get cut pretty hard. But if you are just a little bit different from anybody else at the table, you can kind of find whatever lane interests you and go for it. So like for the past couple of drafts, I've ended up in ramp, but I think that's just I really like that strategy. It's hard for me to not be drawn to it. But because I think I'll try to prove what I'm saying here and say that I'm not going to do ramp. I don't care if we open Craterhoof or some incredible ramp. If it just gets shoved down our throat. But again, I don't even know what that looks like, Hat, right? Because what is a signal in Cube? It's just so hard to understand. But what I'm going to look for is a lure into a strategy, a build around that's not necessarily ramp-based, just because I've done that a couple times on stream lately. So let's do something else. Something else you can do is acquire cards for your own cubes at my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. Before I got onto the YouTube video train here, I was telling Chad about using Card Kingdom to bail me out once again on screwed up inventory. I have purchased cards from Card Kingdom that I'm going to resell immediately to somebody who bought them from me, and now I can't find them. So I'm glad I have Card Kingdom for that purpose right down the street. But I hope I don't need them for that purpose too much, because the idea is that I sell cards I actually have, not cards that I need to go buy from Card Kingdom. I certainly sell a lot of cards to Card Kingdom too, though, because their buy prices are so amazing that sometimes I just can't compete, to be honest. I look at the markets that I'm working in, and if I charge a price that can be competitive in that marketplace, it's just not as much as just selling it straight to Card Kingdom. So I do that a lot too. Be sure to check them out for your cardboard selling. Sell them your Magic cards, you'll be happy. All right, we're gonna keep turning gem into gold here, and I have a new long-term arena goal, and that's to become a gold millionaire. Let's see if we can do it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. YouTube friends, thank you for keeping up with my videos. I know it's been a little sporadic here with a lot of stuff going on, and I know a lot of my audience can't make it at this time, so maybe some of you regulars who are usually here with me on in my morning slot are actually here hanging out on YouTube. That would be crazy. Like my European friends who are usually with me at my live time, maybe you're watching on YouTube. Hi, live friends who couldn't catch this one. I'm glad you could make it. Leave me a comment if you're like a normal time viewer who had to go to YouTube, and you did, and you're just hearing this message. Be sure to say hi in the comments. All right. Time warp. We like extra turns. That could be a fun thing to build around. The clever thing about time warp is that the big problem with extra turns in Magic is that most decks that involve taking extra turns involve taking all the turns, and in this case, you can do that because it doesn't self-exile. The clause that generally avoids that in modern time walk type effects is the self-exile, but this doesn't have it, so we can recur it, get it back, that kind of thing. But let's see, I'm taking too long on the one card without checking what else we've got. We got Fight with Fire. I don't think that's strong enough to start with. This is a fun card to build around, but it's 2 colors and it's kind of rampy, and I'm trying to stay away from that anyway. What's Protection? Your life total can't change. You gain protection from everything. So it's a Mega Fog. Is it a combo thing, or is it just trying to be part of white control? That doesn't seem very good to me. I like Revelation, but that's 2 color. Lands are fine. I think I'm gonna go with my Time Warp. Yeah, Bantu is also great. That's fair. I was right next there, but I didn't mention it. But Bantu is a real card. I think it tends to wheel, Jim. Like I think I'm with you, but people tend to let that thing go around. But Time Warp is pretty undeniably fun to build around. So I'm going to try and take some extra turns. Let's do it again. Eldest Reborn could be part of Dimir control. So could this Oracle. Tribunal, white, blue control or something. I don't even know what we're trying to do with Time Warp yet, other than, you know, I don't know what the options to recur it are, but what we got to do is keep an eye out for recursion possibilities. Fluffy, you are describing a very specific scenario. Do you promise me that every time... Oh, there's the follow-up. And if you can't, well, you weren't winning anyways. Maybe one of the reasons I wasn't winning is that I was staring at a fog in my hand. Just a thought. Regrowth, Wildest Dreams. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Kenyon. Maybe just take Spectral Sailor too, or Neutralize. Maybe I'll just take a mono blue card. But these are kind of medium. Maybe this has been medium. Maybe I'll, yeah. Neutralize Wheels, you think? I'll take the Eldest Reborn then. Maybe I'll do a Dimirish thing. We were talking last time that this card is maybe not as good if you face something tokeny, which is fair. We are best of one, but I'm going to give it a try. Maybe. We'll see. We don't know where we're at yet. Heartless Act is just good removal. Yeah, Fabled Passage would have been fine too. That was something I was considering there. Heartless Act, super clean removal. This is maybe better than Doomblade. I feels like there are fewer creatures with counters on them than there are black creatures that you want to kill. Does that make sense? Anyway, we'll take Heartless Act, and the Bane Veil is interesting to me too. So is the Waker. But we'll take a nice clean, goes in any black deck whatsoever, Heartless Act over some tools to do cool things with black, but that are very specific. Here we could do a Thirst to continue on this type of excellent removal plan. Castle is doesn't take up a spell slot and gets you some value sometimes. Stormcaller copying the Act or the Thirst is interesting. It can't copy Kicked Thirst though, right? Because it's right? Because on the stack it's got a CMC of 4. So is it crazy to take Helix? In that it's 2 colors we're not yet, I think maybe. Oh, it's on the stack, it's a 1? Okay, that's interesting. I'll take the Thirst anyway, because it's part of this black control package. And the Mimic's also interesting. I'm kind of leaning into the removal partly, I think, because of the color, but also because I feel like I end up short on it a lot. And I'm trying to not. In this case, I'm going to take an Illumination, and thanks for the, yeah, that's good. You're like, I'm going to try, if we can wheel that Stormcaller, which we might. I mean, it's a pretty narrow card, but we have some stuff to copy here, so maybe we can take it and copy it. Fountain is interesting. Esper. But I think I like the card draw if we're getting into that kind of thing, which is funny because right now Time Warp's like the least connected card to this whole deck. Command the Dread Horde. Oh, Compulsive Research. There's some card draw. I'm just doing it old school here. Just doing it old school. Card draw and removal. You in? If we're going to do that, we need some Planeswalker control, though. Not everybody's doing it with creatures. This would help with that. If they're creature-less, they got to sack a Planeswalker with this, but... Yeah, I agree. I think people are not valuing the lands as highly as I would. Although... Woe Strider is a resilient threat, but not really what we're about. Although it could be, you know, it just comes back and it can block, create some chumping. This is probably fine. Ojutai's Command pulls us towards another color, but is certainly part of the control shell we're looking at. I'm going to take the control card over a random creature that is, sure, fine. But is nothing... Yeah, I'll take a Thief here, though. This is good. Thief is definitely sweet. Predation, a little surprised it's in here, although this is, maybe it makes sense just because Cube has so many, like hand destruction is just generally good in Cube because the cards are so powerful, and there's so many powerful 3+ drops too. Time Warp Mastery is interesting. That's a good call. Yeah, it's also a land. That is the thing, but it's a of the flip lands, I find it a little weak. But now we can grab, well, we can grab Godless Shrine, which is what we need to do the type to things like this, but Revelation is kind of the reason to bother having white. Thief is first pickable. Again, almost anything is if it's what you want to do. I don't necessarily, I wouldn't see it and think, ooh, I got to take first pick Thief. But I feel like you can almost justify anything. Anyway, I'm taking the Rev, and we'll see. Sailor is an interesting... Hey, we got the Fabled Passage back. I mean, this Caravan is not the worst either in terms of adding 1 mana of any color, but we're not really ramping. So now we'll take the Passage for nice fixing over the Sailor, which is effectively for us more card draw, and we're actually getting card draw pretty well under wraps with Research, Illumination, and Rev. Like, we really can almost be done with card draw, and I agree. Fabled Passage is a shocker to still be here. Bane Veil, I like over the Terramander. This could finish, but again, that's what this. If we were to play this card, its job would be to finish, and I see this as more of a job to finish in more tempo-oriented decks. I'm going to say Veil and definitely play it. Like we were best of one, so either we're having some hedge against aggro or not, and I think gaining 10 life when red deck is trying to beat you down is pretty reasonable. Bestiary. Well, here's that Helix still here. We can take that now, but none of this matters. We're not playing any of it. Green is wide open. Funny, I say I'm not going to do green this time. And then apparently green is super open. And red too, I guess. Right. I mean, these aren't really enough to pull me off of what we're doing. I just take another extra turn, take all the turns. We take a White Sweeper, Doomscar. This is the type we can't get back. This is the clause they put on all the stuff now. Exile it, right? Sure, we'll take turns. I'm in. But right now our turns aren't necessarily very good. Temple of Deceit is strong, so is Icy. Commit can buy us some time. I bet Commit wheels. Have you ever seen this not wheel from this position? I think we just take Commit on the wheel. You think Icy's a little too much? You just take the land. We definitely want this land, right? And maybe Chapel comes around on the wheel. We choose between Chapel and Memory on the wheel. Because the Godless Shrine wheeled, so I fully expect the Chapel to wheel. I'll take Temple. Might even take Chapel on the wheel over the fancy spell. Hinterland Harbor could give us a path into splashing some green alongside the Fable. But Silent Departure, yeah, Silent Departure buys time in this kind of deck, so we'll do it. And also, the problem with cards like this is that they're not card advantage, right? They're only time advantage. But we have enough card advantage that you can play some time advantage stuff and make up for it. Yeah, Tron, you're right. We could just try to pivot to white-blue control. Let's focus on blue and see what comes, though. It might have just had light black so far. Jim would never play it in best of one. Well, we'll see. Maybe we won't have to, but there wasn't much there for us. I like a Midnight Clock in this kind of deck. Shark Typhoon, also interesting. This would be a win con. Valky also good, yep. This top 3 here is all pretty interesting to me. I wouldn't mind a Spell Pierce either, but not over this stuff. Skyclave could be a long game winner. You like a Valky? It's not cowardice. It's that all these are great. I'm going to go with the majority in chat and take the Shark Typhoon since I think they're all great. And plus, it's not what Rob said, and Rob's insulting me, so I'm going to go not what Rob said. Sphinx of Foresight or Crippling Fear? Dream Render, we could do it. I don't know. I mean, this is a win con too for a deck like this. Chainer's Edict goes long. In best of 3, I would snap the Crippling Fear. In best of 1, it's a little less clear that this is the correct. Maze Mind Tome certainly is a reasonable consideration. No, I honestly didn't see it, but I should think about it. I'm going to take the Fear to have some of this ability, but the Tome is excellent in this type of deck, so good call on that. This is not a Doom Necromancer deck. How about a Counterspell, though? I had a hard time seeing this. I didn't even see, like, it was like, no blue cards in the pack. Counterspell's here because nobody saw it. We're the first people to actually successfully read this card. Take Pathway in case that Valky comes back. Probably not. Valky's going to go to somebody. So we'll just take a Gearhulk. Part of our control package and a win condition. Seems fine. Now you can call me a coward, Rob. Like, we can get this back with, like, assign a different... Oh, it's creature. Nope. Yeah, we'll just take Cast out. Witch of the Moors is interesting, but it's got such build around. Yeah, we don't have the tools to do Pact. That's why I was saying Rob would call me a coward. I am too afraid to do the Pact. Declaration in Stone, but Doomscar came back, so let's grab that and try to get more Espery. You just think want to cut black? Maybe. We could also take Gilded Lotus, but here's the Chapel. I'll take Chapel, and then we have a chance to do it all. Storm Tamer's not really for this deck. I'm going to put it in the board for right now. Valky comes back. Do you like our black yet, Math? And who's the coward now, Rob? Ha! Who's the genius now? Me.
I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
SMRT. Now we probably need like a Temple of Malice. Get that other side of Valky. Well, this will wheel, though. Nobody wants lands, it seems. I don't love much of this, but if we're redding it, we could take an Electrolyze. We could take a Sweltering Suns. What are we? We have so many colors now. Maybe just the Awakening, though. You like the Archmage? Is it Archmage or it's Archmage, right? I don't know. I always mispronounce that. Yeah, we could take that. Sure. Look, I'm not super concerned about getting red for this deck, if I'm honest. Like, I don't, Valky will work on it, but I don't feel the need there. And it just feels like these lands are going to wheel again, and we should do something up here, like Doomblade or Inscription. Although we do have Doomblade's job somewhat covered here with Heartless Act and the Thirst. So there is that, but it is what we're doing too. Take it. We're not doing that. We can take this or an Expanse. Oops, expand. Remember, Prophetic Prism covers it all. That helps us with everything. Do we like Teferi? I guess Teferi does our stuff. I kind of... Yeah, not Jace. I don't think Jace. And I still don't even know what we're doing besides... yeah, we need... Well, that's true. Walkers do help with the extra turns. Are you okay passing on these lands, though? I thought we were on lands. Yeah, I'm going to take lands. Maybe. If we wheel lands... I mean, I took a land out of a pack there where if we wheel another land, I'll be happy that we wheeled the land, too. So, yeah, Mauling is fine here. Call is somewhat interesting. We actually don't have a ton. I guess it makes the Angels, but I don't love this. But this is a nice land. Yeah, I agree. I'll take that. I'm not... Where'd the volume go? I feel like I'm not hearing anything. Cold Steel Heart for the fixing and ramp. Great Shark for the plan card. Oracle could be a win con of some kind. Yeah, I kind of love this Shark, but I think we just need the Heart, right? More to do on 2, fixes everything else. David likes the Shark. I'm on fixing. And Control likes a little ramp, too. Another good land. We could take in a Platinum Angel that people maybe not able to beat, but nah, we just want more fixing. It's fine. Inquisition, interesting too. Again, I kind of like it better best of 3, I think, when you can really... Ooh, here's kind of... It's not blue, but it's everything else. Do you like the everything else Triome or the main color Fetid Pools? I think I'm on everything else Triome, but I do like a Fetid Pools. Not sure about that one. Got some mixed answers from chat. I do like a Mind Stone. It doesn't fix anything, but Control does like a ramp, and this one replaces itself later, so that's cool. How are we doing on playables? Like, am I gonna have... I guess we can always play more land. And I think we got enough red fixing that we could even take the Electrolyze here, or maybe even the Sweltering Suns. Doom Foretold, are we really doing the thing? Maybe we are? Are we randomly doing the Doom Foretold thing? Mind Stone, Maze Times, you know, all these... Yeah, maybe still not. Well, double red is greedy, but it does have cycling, so there's that. And then we did wheel white-red splash or black-white. Probably just want the Courtyard. Although it's not a great control card because it enters tapped late. We could just take the Pathway. But I think I say I want the Courtyard anyway. And then we get the Canal, which just straight up helps with the red. But we could also take the Prism, which straight up helps with everything. Where are we looking at? 22, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 27 cards in the deck. Yeah, Prism was interesting, but I went with what I went with. And now we got a Prismari command. We could also add to this Brew. Or this Call that's going to be tough to do much with on triple white. I think we'll take the command. Yeah, command makes treasure. Good point. I'll take it, but I don't know if we're playing it. Illyrio's defending is not the worst, for sure.
Not brag,
Kiora
but
is technically
that's
rampant.
kind of a big deal.
I didn't even have to select it. I did not even have to select it.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Fun looking deck. Only 5 cuts. What are we cutting from this beast? Triton is just kind of a filler. We're not really doing anything with self-mill. Yeah, I'll get those plans over. That's a good point. We might have fewer cuts than I think. So 2 of those. Probably meaning we cut 1 land total. Yeah, I kind of like 2s, but we actually have some 2s. Let's get rid of Triton. It's just not doing enough. And this is instants or sorceries. How many of those specifically? 17 triggers for Emeritus. Yeah, I shaved 1 land, so we're on 16 plus 2. So 18 things that can be land plus the fixing. We could even cut 1 more, but this is a deck where, I mean, I really want to hit my land drops, and we're going to keep drawing cards and doing stuff late into the game. So I don't mind 16 lands, 2 spell lands, and 2 mana rocks. I think that's about right. David wants to be cut the red. Are you keeping the red sources in for Valky? Or are you just I find this to be pretty good. I mean, it's instant, so you can run at instant speed, and the cycling option is nice. Yeah, I'm going to keep the illumination. I think that's fine. But we could cut the command. I think that's fair. Electrolyze is a rock, scissors, paper type removal spell. Some decks, this is a 3-for-1. I kill 2 of your mana elves and draw a card. And sometimes this is a 3 mana cycle. Here, take 2 damage to your face, and I'm going to draw a card. Yeah, you're right, Kenny. We got to cut some stuff. I just have a hard time cutting card draw. When I'd rather cut like Silent Departure, since we have picked up lots of removal, like just actual removal. If Silent Departure said non-creature or non-land permanent, I would run it as an alternative. Hey, we don't have whatever removal, but it's not even that. It's more creature control. So I kind of like cutting that. And then we're 1 cut away. Yeah, I love having the access to the Doomscar and even the Crippling Fear. I'm going to keep that. It does ask a lot of white up from us. You're right. I mean, like we really are a black-blue deck with just a touch of red and just a touch of white if we cut that. But I think I cut Electrolyze, keep the Miser's red sources in, but not even a searchable one. If we get the Canal, or maybe... Canal and Heart become the only red sources. And then this is rough because if we play the Canal, like it can be this island that enters tapped. Yeah, I'm actually starting to think maybe, Jim, it's cut the Canal and put in a single island, a single mountain. I don't know about these what do we call these? Fast lands? I don't know about these fast lands in Control. Oh yeah, you're right. We do have the Triome as well. That's interesting. if we added a red source here and not blue, we would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 sources of blue. Well, we don't need to cast Cosmic Imposter reliably, no. But I think it's pretty cheap to do so. Now we've got 11 blue. And then let me check black on current numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I didn't even count that on blue. So like 11. Yeah, it's not about the presence of... Polis says, with double blue and double white and double black cards, I would not play a mountain. But that's not about the presence of doubles. It's about your overall available sources for all of those. Now, it is true, I will grant you, though, the one thing that is true about that is that a lot of these sources I'm counting can only be one thing once. Fabled Passage, Evolving Wilds, and Terramorphic Expanse. Terramorphic Expanse cannot be a blue source, a green, a red source, a white source, and a black source. I have to choose which one it is. And then as soon as I have, everything else has one fewer thing to find it, right? So it is true that those numbers fall off as you start using those sources, but I think we got a ton of them. Anyway, and then black was pretty high up there. And then with white, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's like 12, 10, 8 on our 3 main, and then we can even just and that's without. So I just like throwing in a mountain here. I'm going to put the mountain back, and I think our mana is good enough to include a single mountain. And actually, that makes the red good enough that if we wanted to, we can really bring back one of those red spells. Let me actually figure out what lands I'm going to use. Anybody choose? I got to find it. Here it is.
Come on, Berserker. Girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Let's use these. Oh yeah, I didn't really think about. I put that creature in the board and didn't really take a close look. But do we play this for finishing power of some kind? I mean, I figure Noxious Gearhulk and Shark Typhoon and extra turns are kind of our win percentage, our win chance. Do we have 3? We have the 1 and the 2. Do we have... I guess this is technically... Is this what, the 3rd you're talking about? And Thief. Yeah. Except now what happened? Where did I... Oh, because I added this. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this out for now. I don't think we need it. Let's call this a deck and give it a whirl. Give me a name. I'll give you some sleeves. Use my soul sleeve. I mean, we're on 18 lands, Jim. I don't know. I seriously don't know if when you're saying 17, if you mean that you want to add one more or remove one more, because we have 16 lands and 2 splans. Okay, so you would cut one. Yeah, we could. I mean, this is a lot of mana. We just have things we're doing with it and going with it. I So I'm going to try this, but I'll keep that in mind, Jim. It's possible we want to cut a land for one of our action spells because we do have a lot of mana. I'm just figuring we actually have a lot to do with our mana too. So let's see how it goes. And rocks are cooking. No, that's bad. I just have I have a bunch of mana rocks here. Well, I guess one of them is even a rock. So you want even more. I think that can't be right. Maybe. I mean, I guess if you, because the splans are splans and everything, I guess that's true. We effectively have 19 things we can play as land, and then 2 mana rocks. We have over half of our deck are mana sources, so... All right, 2 people want the Time Warp reference. Better use that as our box art then as well. Oh, it already was. Funny. We're taking turns, but not with anything meaningful. These are like the 2 worst extra turn cards I've ever played. You know what I mean? Like, the thing you're supposed to do with extra turns is like get extra loyalty on your planeswalkers or get extra attacks in with your huge team of attackers. And we don't really have either. You named like the 2, Math. Those are like the 2, but hopefully we'll do it. See, I don't think we will miss land drops because of those splans being lands when we need them to be, right? This is certainly keepable. We'll go Fetid Pools into Canal into Island, and we get Maze Mine Tome to help us find our action. Suspend a Doomscar. Lots to like about this. Oh, you said it? No, there was 2 people who said it. Oh, maybe it was just you. Well, how appropriate then? Because you did it again. You now have a new trick, Tron, to break my brain. All right, now we can set up a Doomscar or Maze Mine Tome. We have no white at all yet. Maze Mine Tome will help us find that. I'm going to go Tome, and we're going to try to find us some fixin', of which we know we have lots. I bet you we'll find Doomscar mana faster than you think. We got this. Ooh. Obviously, I want white mana, but we can just drop that Thief and make them have it, right? I like, I mean, they're playing black. They'll probably have removal, but let's put them to the test and make them have an answer to that. Good night, Tron. Thanks for hanging. Again, they're playing black, so they will probably have the answer, but we'll make them have it. I'm here. I hear you, Chief. Well, I mean, first we got to find the white, but also Thief is such a 1-card wrecking crew that I like, again, making them have something for it. Although we need something for their aggression, and right now a Doomscar we can't cast isn't quite going to get it done. But let's see what we find when we hit them, hopefully. Also, we get to scry again here. And I'll put a upkeep scry. We might want to do it twice. Ah, they had it. I even got to... Wait, where is it? All right, our first white source. We'll take it. And I won't bother scrying on upkeep because we're about to shuffle anyway. I could also go for just like draw here. We don't have anything else to do. We do have 1 mana removal. So let's, I'm actually going to go with the Maze Mind Tome draw and then see if we Evolving Wilds after that. Might still be able to like, I'm hoping we find land to maybe play instead of it. I'm going to do it. No. Oh yeah, I totally let it work me over on that. You're right. So I'm glad I didn't find what I was looking for because I wouldn't have been able to cast it and it would have made me mad. Now that's interesting. We only have 1 plains in the deck, so these land searchers are going to have a hard... We can't solve the Doomscar problem via double white, which kind of goes to the Kenyon comment of can we cut this and go to a single white deck instead of a double white deck. And now we're just in a spot where, like, we need... well, we needed a land. I mean, at least time warping to find another one could have been useful. But now I think we just lose game 1 of our experience. Yeah, that's the other thing to do, David. Maybe I should bring in another plains, which I think I want to do. We gain 4. Yeah, so we may not dead, but we're certainly close to it, because this is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're just way dead. So 4 off the tome is one thing, but we need... What does this do? Does this help? Gain 4 life. And we get 8 life. 2 or less. Counter target creature spell. Draw a card. That... Oh, Thief is not 2, though. Could play Valky... Well, can probably do both. Is this game winnable? Not yet. I mean, if they play 1 land, they're at 5 land, they play a land, they can sack all 3 of these gobos. I'm counting on them finding land. In assessing my situation, I assume they're going to find land. I assume I'm going to die if I don't do something. This just doesn't have... I don't have any outs. There's nothing to do here. My best choice is like Ojutai's Command plus Maze Mind gaining enough life to not die. So if we cycle this over using Command for 4 life, what are we hoping to cycle to? We need a 3 mana spell. Heartless Act, Doomblade, Bane Veil saves us, so I guess we need to cycle to look for Veil. And now Veil doesn't even do it, but maybe we find... I don't know. Here. Typhoon for 1. Yeah, I guess I had to cycle it for 1. I think we're still dead. Yeah, we did. All right, certainly the mana is not quite right. But as soon as they go face... All right, just making sure they saw it. I mean, as soon as they saw it, I was done, but I was going to at least make sure they saw it. Some people, especially in Cube, don't know their own cards. Shut up, I'm not talking about me. I know all my cards all the time. Now I'm kind of off the mountain and on another plains, and that taught me my lesson there. We need to be able to, if we're going to keep the Doomscar, which I want to do, but maybe if I lose this one, we'll give Kenyon's line a try, cut the Doomscar, and add more red. But I'll go back to this for now. I believe you believe, Kenyon. I'll tell you this, Kenyon. There's no question it was a mistake not to have 2 planes in there. Whether it's a mistake to be doing the Doomscar at all, I'm open to. You may be right. Maybe I'm losing win percentage by running the Doomscar, but I do feel like that if I am running it, I need 2 planes. So I'm going to try it. We can keep this. That's what I'm doing. That's a funny thing to ask of someone streaming under the banner. What's my title right now? Well, we'll go Courtyard into Spire Bluff so that we can do everything. We can do Spire Bluff first and have the counterspell available, but I think we just want to go Mind Stone. I don't like keep up counterspell on 2. I mean, they could do some devastating stuff, but I'd rather ramp. That's fair, 22. Not sequestered. I am home streaming, not sequestered streaming. I mean, look, lunchboxes. They would not sequester me with my lunchboxes. Oh, it's Deathsea. Yeah, sorry. You guys were saying Deathsea. I didn't realize you were pointing out that it was Deathsea that we're battling against. That's sweet. Now I'm liking Valky hold up counter. Skewer, Obosh, Chandra, Lava Runner. Lava Runner is not as scary to me as Obosh. We'll take Obosh. Although Lava Runner we could cast, but we can cast Obosh too, so that's cool. When I say cast, I mean turn Valky into. Now, what do we want to counter? I don't think I want to counter a Lava Runner, but I think I would counter an attempt to kill Valky. Oh yeah, thanks. Not even on. We'll pop it up. Still haven't looked into the suggestion from Hat. Well, unfortunately, that's the smart way to do it. I am going to counter it, though, and keep our Valky alive. Sure, we can install that update midstream Cardboard Live. Land us. Not quite a land, but I guess we could Illumination and find some land. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm not thinking far enough ahead and I'm just kind of like looking at what's in front of me. I'm capable of doing that for sure. Valky can become Tybalt, though, or can become Obosh, which could be good for us next turn. I'm trying to figure out here if I'm illuminating for 2 cards. I think I cycle this for 1 and Cold Steel Heart. But I'm going to do this because it might be land to play. Ooh, hello, Crippling Fear. You leave up Shark Typhoon to make a blocker. We can't make a big one, though. I'm just going to do this now. And, yeah, we'll do it for white and be able to Wrath. I see. That's an interesting... Kenyon's thinking ahead. Kenyon's thinking ahead. I like it, Kenyon. But we do have Crippling Fear into Eldest Reborn as a way to manage a Planeswalker if he doesn't add another creature to the board. Could just block one of the... Yeah, I'll say no blocks. But this isn't great.
Screaming? I know I'm on track. Now you're playing with fire.
Yep, looks like Kenyon's in a much better spot than me. Although if Deathsy's out of land and we can kill these and keep Obosh off the board, this will be useful too, scrying a bit. I don't think we need that. We can survive. Creature type. Just something that's not human wizard or jackal warrior. Sand. Sand's our favorite.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Well, some hope so far. Ah, darn it. We still got the Typhoon play, though. And actually, taking either of these out isn't the worst. Unfortunately, got to do Eldest Reborn ahead of the Typhoon. Don't have time to go Typhoon, get a 5/5, make Eldest Reborn. We could just be dead, so... Start here. We could just be dead to a land, also, by the way, because Deathsy sacks Chandra. I said she because I was thinking about Chandra. She is sacked, and then Earthshaker gets us. Well, that was ignominious. I didn't play that well, though. I liked Kenyon's lines a lot better than the ones I chose. And on that front, I'll... sorry, are we still... I've got my system now complaining about trying to install software midstream. Good game, Desi. Sorry I wasn't more interesting. I did a couple of dumb things and died. Great. You all can still hear me, though. My stream hasn't crashed. Only Cardboard Live installation has crashed everything else I'm trying to do. Jesus. You try, you try, you try. I am taxing my CPU. All right, should have Cardboard Live at least. What do you mean? Oh, you're just joking. There's not. You're scaring me. I was like, is there something really go down with Cardboard Live or something? All right, Kenyon, since you played that last game better than me, the deck is up to you. You want to cut Doomscar and A Plains. You want to bring in A Mountain. You like the Electrolyze. What else do you want to do? Anything? You like the command? Is Kenyon even watching anymore? Maybe not. You could bring in the Hazard as a red source, except we just don't have the room. All right. Chief wants to cut the white entirely. It's up to you. I'll do it. I don't like the move, but I can't play for crap, it seems, so we'll do whatever. You want Illumination out and Departure in? All right, now it's Kenyon's fault when we 0-3. I'm going to blame it all on him. Let's see, what else? What other white are we running besides the Rev? I don't even know my own deck now. I need something like Cardboard Live or Untapped.gg. Right, Cast Out is in there. I feel like there was a lot of good white. I'm just not remembering it. Ojitize Command. Thank you. That's a fair point, Jim, which is kind of, I think, what... was it Rob who was getting at that? Like, we have a 3-mode Ojitize command, basically. We do have Valky. That's not a bad one to get back as far as command 2-drops. All right, can we do anything in the losers bracket? We have the Shark Typhoon into Time Warp goal. I'm going to keep this, start on Fetid Pools, into Mountain, play Valky, and then see what we want to do from there. I guess play Concealed Courtyard, then Valky. Immediately into something difficult for us to manage. Great. Although we do have -3/-3, our sweeper would be good there. This is where Silent Departure, the departure swap would come in. And, you know, I don't mind using Electrolyze to make him discard a card next turn, but we're going to go Courtyard. Valky over the Tome. I guess it's Mikaeus. Not a bad Valky grab. How much does it cost to turn into him? But he becomes a 0/0, so we don't even want to do that, right? Yeah, we can kill Valky if we want for 2 for mana, right? For 1 mana, we can kill Valky. And that's the known card. We'll take this. Angel Maker in the waiting. Our -3/-3 sweeper doesn't deal with angels. Hope we find a counterspell for it, frankly. Blocking made sense there. Why? Because we don't mind them. What? I mean, I don't want to give them this back. Thanks, David. We'll see you. I understand. Appreciate you hanging. Well, command is interesting because now that we have the command, I'd be more interested in blocking. But I like Electrolyze at instant speed held up here. And although I guess maybe getting them before they've discarded, like, I'll just do it now so that they don't. Well, do you want to block? Are we blocking with Valky to force another interaction here given the command? It gives them Mikaeus is the thing. Yeah, actually, I'm going to wait. With the Mikaeus is not great to give them. But I like blocking, and then when they go to discard, Electrolyze to make them do it again. They won't have, and they play the land, so they don't have the land to discard there. They could just go expel, but if they want to do that, I'm okay with that too. Let's see what they want to do with the block. Oh, they're just gonna accept it. Okay, well. I'll accept it then. I have to, because now if I go Electrolyze, they just they can discard, and it's not good enough. And right now, this isn't a great card for them anyway, so that's not the worst, although Electrolyze isn't doing anything, and I hate not doing anything for the turn. This is my worry about Electrolyze, that it's just, if it doesn't have a target, but this deck's gonna have targets, so I think we actually should be patient. Mikaeus is not that good without targets, and we can just go, I can play the Veil as land here. We can do the Tome again. There's another opportunity to do the Tome, and maybe we should do that. Give him a chance to find something to do with Mikaeus and then Electrolyze. I think I'm going to do that because I want to get to 6 for the Shark Typhoon. So I'm going to start scrying and looking for land. Might even double scry here. I'm being greedy with the Typhoon. I actually want to hard cast this. I think we have time. And we had a land drop. I mean, I had a land drop. If I didn't have a land drop, I'd hear you, but I mean, I had a land drop. Oh, your turn behind. That's a great point from Kenyon. We know we have a Starnheim Unleashed to beat, and we don't have a sweeper. So we're going to need to make flying sharks to compete in the air. The counter will be backbreaking. Oh, the creature spell? Yeah. Sorry, it's not playing too slow here. Let's get a land. Doomblade is not a land, but it is an action for taking out Mikaeus. They have the bounce to bring it back. Maybe they just bring it back. I think I'm going to move this down in the hunt for land. And I'm going to look again here. It's our other Doomblade. Well, if I bottomed the first Doomblade, I should bottom the second, although, so I'm gonna do it again. Hey, there's some land. And now we have, command. Oh, we're not at our main phase yet. I can play Archmage, but I want. Now I'm gonna cast Command or Electrolyze before we untap, and we're gonna find another land and Shark Typhoon next turn. If we have, I mean, again, we're kind of run. You know, Micaeus is a 3/3 is doing some stuff. Is this non-creep? I gotta look at this. Non-land permanent. Ooh. So there's that. Maybe I'm too eager to get Shark Typhoon out against an Expel. Well, there you go. Wow, you're gonna do that? That's really weird. Thank you for resetting my tome. Much appreciated. I like it. I'll take it. Now that they've expelled, it might not be too late, depending on whether we're facing a bunch of angels here. So I can counter that, but I can also electrolyze that, and that's what I want to do more, so I'm going to do that. That could be fishing for a counter on that one. And maybe with that one, maybe all of this is trying to fish counters out. Well, good news, Oppo. We really only have a counter for a thing that's not your Angel Maker, but hopefully, maybe that'll change. Not a bad card. This is a Kenyan edition too, so this is going to kill 2 angels for us. Might be better than a Doomscar for that. Yeah, so we're going to go Shark Typhoon now. And actually starts to look good for us. Next turn we can Silent Departure and flash it back, although it's still just 2 1/1s. We can Time Warp. And that's obviously, it's going to make a 5/5 that we get to attack with, thanks to the extra turn. But yeah, Archmage getting the Silent going seems smart to me. I like Hat's line here. All right, so now we can go like this, bounce one of them and create a chump for another one, and only go to, you know, we won't be dead. I think I like that. You like time? Well, that's true. We can do Time Warp and Silent. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. We'll just do this. Chat's right. Now, can we get away? What can we get away with? With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we can do a Silent Departure and a Maze Mind Tome. That'll give us 2 more. 2 more flyers and enough. Can't quite block successfully one of them, and this is going to make these big, but we're going to have answers there too. I like this though. I'm going to go start drawing cards now that we have some chumpers up there in the air. We can block 5/5 and 2/2 on a 6/6 and chump with a 1/1. You like Ojutai up? Yeah. A lot of things we could do, but I like that line a lot. Yeah, they really kept the pedal. I don't know if they were afraid of a counterspell or something, Kenyon, but we totally lucked out with their decision to not do it that way. I agree. And they're kind of throwing away their angels now, like they know we have the silent departure, so... Okay, that's funny. Still okay, though, unless they have something wild here. Well, their command would have been good, but to be fair, I thought I was going to be able to untap before they would be able to do that. So, I think I need to chump. 8 is too much, and we're going to kill this next turn. Thank you for that sub. Fiddles! Doing great. Glad you are here. Our good buddy Fiddles has made it. Let's do a scry and then possibly a draw. Mind Stone, not the action we're looking for, although this is a card draw and a shark. And it's cheap. And it blocks an Angel of Invention. Maybe I'm being hasty giving up this Mind Stone. If I keep it, what are we doing? We have 1, 2 to make the Mind Stone. That gives us 1 more mana. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which we can silent depart, but not Ojutai's command. So we can't do a ton, but this is a, you know, this is a, it's a shark. It's a flying shark. And it's a card. And Mauling we're going to keep as a spell to take out the angel. I guess I have to keep Mind Stone. They made me use it. I let Autotap use it, so I guess we're keeping the Mind Stone. Oh, you meant keep the Mind Stone on top. I should have made him not use it so that we could cash it in for a card, though. Yeah, I'll scry. We got there. It's funny, Oppo's got a similar deck here. Yeah, sensible attacks from that thing. From those. Taking. If we double block, we take out 1, and then we can maul the angel, make another one. I think we double block, yeah. And we can do it. Do we let him have Archmage, the mage here? Probably just this. I like just this. And then, let's see, do we want to scry? I want all my mana, so I'm going to scry now and on upkeep, probably. Crippling Fear. So in. And sorry, Emeritus. We're going to name sharks and you're gone. Yeah, I don't even need to name sharks because we'll still get a 1/1, right? I could attack first. I'm going to kill that thing. You want to name wizards and let them keep theirs? I guess we could just kill it after. That's fair. Is this a wizard? Not a wizard? Not... Yeah, I guess that's fair. We have all the mana. We can do it, right? We have enough black. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we don't have enough black. Not enough black. We'll keep the shark anyway, because it's going to make a 4/4 and do -3 to everything. So we keep the shark anyway. If I had the double black, if I had quad black to then maul their wizard, I would do it. But we don't, so I'm just going to play it safe here. See, there's sand, but I'll just do shark. I could play Thief, but I like Command for any potential top deck. And now, without one, we can start drawing cards. Let's go Temple and Scry. And now let's see, I want 4 for the command, and we can't do both Thief and Cold Steel Heart, so I'm just going to go Thief and make sure we leave command mana. We do. Ooh, do we have... Yeah, it's true. But I'd rather just hold the counterspell to any creature. Yeah, we'll try and counter something, but we can get some value out of this. See, I don't know. It looks like it worked out either way, but I'm going to go ahead and counter and draw here. Or counter return Valky. We don't even really want that. I just want to draw. Because we get a 2/1 that gets... They have an empty hand. Do we get to... Oh, can we cast the Tybalt side? I don't think we can cast the Tybalt side. I think we just put the 2/1 in play. It doesn't let you choose your side. Well, Kenyon, your deck got me off... Your build got me off the schneid. Good work. Also, I should update my record with anything here. We're 1 and 2. True. Real Mob points out that we got to steal the Elish. Yes, but only because it was a creature, right? Let's say they just had a land there and we don't get anything, and then next turn they draw the Elish Norn. That would have sucked. So it's a little hindsighty to we'll keep this on the strength of the cast out and eventual extra turns. I'm gonna start here though. Although we have counterspell, I should probably start on Island. All right, Foretell it is. Nice to find something to do next turn. Right now, we got Cast Out and Command on 4, but nothing in the meantime. So top deck, a meaningful play for next turn would be lovely. But also... Oppo not putting huge pressure here would be lovely, and then if we don't make a play next turn, it's not going to be the end of the world. Yeah, we could totally cycle this. I just don't want to, and now we have now we don't have to. We can I'm just going to play the swamp so we can technically do it all if we want to cast Doomblade and then cycle the cast out. But hopefully we don't have to... I don't feel the need to cycle this right now. Oracle. Hopefully they swing and miss and we can kill it before they get any value. But if they get lands on top, they get instant value. If they have land in hand, they get instant value too. Darn it! Instant value. But no more. Just that value. I like getting tap lands in when I can, but we got a command here we want to be able to cast, so we're going to play an untapped land, and we can fetid pools next turn. And we got 2 nice 4-drops, so we can cast this turn, and then, well, I guess we're not likely to cast this turn and then this next turn, because they have, I mean, unless we want to take this out, you know? Command can't counter that anyway. Well, maybe we do. Maybe we use command for just some general value. Or maybe they come up with a creature spell here. No. Yeah, we're definitely going to cast that out. I'm just trying to figure out if we're commanding to gain 4 and draw a card. Oh, it has flash. Thank you. I didn't. You know, I should do a no reading, but you're right. So given that, do you want to cast it out and then have command for creatures? I think we do that. Thanks for helping me read. Appreciate it. I'm going to do that. Now, they're playing green. They're likely to have some serious enchantment removal and everything, but it's coming together here. We can play this as land. We got our mountain behind for a Gear Hulk next turn or an Epiphany next turn. We got command at the ready. Whew! I wonder if I would have remembered this had flash off stream. I don't know. Maybe not. I think chat saved me there. Depends. If it's... See, and the answer is no. I'm going to counter this because it's the way to keep all the value off of this Thraggy, right? And this is the... I like the cryptic command mode of this card. That's nice, too. And we get a target anyway, and it's a pretty good one. It does mean we go shields down on Counterspell. But I'm going to go with the Gear Hulk. I like the Gear Hulk before they get any token value out of this. We're kind of pinpointy in our removal. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Somehow, some way. Top 7, swing and a miss. Ah, we'll be all right. Maybe. We got lots of chumps. We don't have 4 blue, though, so we can't do that. Yeah, they already have the pump, but we can go... Let's go Shark Typhoon and then cast the Epiphany. We're going to take a big smack here, but it's not... You'd Epiphany now? Coward. Kenyon! I know we need to play safely, but isn't that cowardice? We get to Typhoon into 6/6, and then, you know, I'm going to... Watch me just lose to my, quote, bravery. But I'm going to go with my line. Oh yeah, that's right. It's CMC is technically 7. I'm just looking at the pips in front of me. All right, that's good. At least Kenyon says the line has merit. Brace yourselves. Does not suck, the prismatic bridge. But we're also not dead yet. We might even be advantaged here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Can't do that stuff. We can do this into that. I don't know if we have it. Let's find out. There's nothing else to do but, so we're going to do it. I haven't done the math. I'm going to let the computer show me. Yeah, we got there. All right. I swear I didn't. Obviously, I didn't look. I was just like, well, we'll see if this math checks out. That is the best kind of card advantage, right? The how you like them 8 cards. You lose. Well, I'm glad sometimes I find a line that is better than yours, Kenyon, and I don't mean that like that. I mean, you're a great player, so it's like, oh, cool. Sometimes I find the line. Long list of people who watch this stream that when they disagree with me, I'm worried, let me tell you. Man, I'm a pretty good player, but nothing like streaming to make you realize how far from a great top player you are. I'm not trying to be overly humble. I'm a significantly better than average player, but this is a super difficult game. And when you have all your mistakes pointed out and all of these alternate lines suggested, I just realized that A, I'm making a ton of mistakes, and B, I'm not seeing all the lines. It just drives it home like nothing else. This is a nice keep, though. That's fair. Chief's like, cycle the Shark Typhoon, you still get a shark to kill with 2. So that is absolutely fair. I think that one's in here. Oh, there it is. Well, hopefully that pelt collector doesn't grow out of fear range before we can get it. And we are going to try to get it, which is to say, Maze Mind Tome here, we're not going to use removal until we've used Crippling Fear. Compulsive Research after. Crippling Fear is not going to get that, so we're going to need to use a Heartless Act on that one at least. And hopefully, though... Also noteworthy that we don't have a second black source yet, so I got to be looking for that with my scrying. Command, interesting, but I do want to find that black source. not only do I like them as discussion points, I like them as helping me win this darn game. Often the alternate lines are much superior than mine when I think them through. And you're quickly becoming someone, Chief, that if I disagree with, I'm worried. You know, you're not 100%, or nobody is, but you've had very solid line suggestions in your time here. So we can keep the passage for the black source. And we can wait on that next turn, and it can be our enters untapped, although it doesn't really matter, because really what we're doing this turn is playing the Heartless Act. So we could show him some different stuff to be scared of, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. We'll do it this way. And I'm going to kill this thing before they get any more value out of it. Don't want to let people untap with extra land play cards.
No matter the plain, the woods. They're a stampede of one.
Okay. Well, does this kill planeswalkers? No. All right. But we can go passage. I definitely want the swamp regardless. Is it worth killing the collector over? I feel like, looks like they're just trying to go with pushing up the Unleashed here, which is understandable. We're being the control deck. And Health Collector is not going to get out of hand from the Crippling Fear. I think I actually want Compulsive here because of the scariness of this situation. If we need to, like, find... One of the things we did not end up with that I wish we had was some direct, straightforward kill target planeswalker. So, anyway, I'm going to Compulsive to try and find a way out of our situation. Electrolyze could help. But we're going to pitch an island here. And pass. We can scry before we untap.
Dare you to stop this?
Dare me to stop that. Well, I'm trying. You don't need to dare me. It is literally what I'm focusing on right now, is stopping you. Don't want that, though. We do want some land, but I just don't want to keep it. Like, we're going to get it naturally here. So, yeah, we'll play the Triome, and then we have Gearhulk next turn at the worst. And, yeah, I think we should Electrolyze the Collector, but also, I mean... If Garruk Unleashed Ultimates, we're going to lose... Oh, right. I can't cast the Electrolyze. Well, I guess I should cast the Fear now. And maybe I should actually what I'm going to do is cast Archmage. I'm going to do this because we need something to put pressure on the Planeswalker. And I missed the mountain, so I can't Electrolyze. And Collector is still, can still be killed by the Fear. So it's working out. Now maybe they'll go beasts. Make some beasts. Now, still going with that plan. All right. Good. They think that they're going to block. We just need to untap and cripple, and then we can start keeping Garruk in check. This is scary, but we also have... let's see. Do want a Gearhulk next turn potential. No, we're going to cripple next turn, so I can go ahead and save this to draw a card. So I'm going to just take this. Just thinking about whether I'm scrying or drawing, and I think next turn we cripple and draw off the tome to gain life. Well, there's a pause, so maybe they can save something here. None of these are wizards, right? Just want to make sure I'm not accidentally saving one of them. Green doesn't have a lot of wizards. Green's wizards tend to be druids unless it's fundamental to what's going on in something like Battle for Zendikar.
That was funny.
Let me tell you, if druids were the primary D&D creature type, you would have seen, like, blue druids instead, right? All right, so now we'll draw a card. Although I can wait. I might as well hold up a, you know, represent something here. We have Veil. So let's see what they do with this. Because maybe I Veil to save the mage. Yeah, look at that. Worked out. Got a lot of work to do here, though.
My pack's always growing.
Trouble is, Gearhulk, we'd have two creatures, so it, like, well, we'll see. Anyway, let's, yeah. Well, that's going to control Garruk pretty darn good. But I think we can Gearhulk first, or even Typhoon first. But let's start with Gearhulk. The life gain is nice. Gonna save the mauling. Yeah, I'm with you. We'll scry before we untap. We don't need the card that badly. We got lots of action.
Buckle under our might.
Yep, that's a good point too. We don't actually have Epiphany mana yet. We have 6. If it were suspended, it would do that, but it's not. I don't think so. We're gonna make him have it. Yeah, now they're like questioning their own life choices. I think they just realized we could throw the wizard under the bus. But I'm going to scry and take it. Yep, that's the plan. Fenor says double block. Maybe Fenor's right. And I'm the one being greedy here. We're ahead on cards. Let's see what we find here. If we can Epiphany, then I like your line, Fenor. Ooh, Doomblade. Doomblade is not land, though. Yeah, we will be. We're fine. We're fine. Kind of. Maybe. Sort of. Yeah, we'll keep that. I like it. Ruid with the nice line. No! Oh, the line was almost nice. It was almost nice. It was almost nice. I did like the line. We just didn't see a freaking Llanowar elves coming. So how about Electrolyze on Garrick and Elf and see what we draw, and then just no, mauling can't kill planeswalkers. Yeah, I got greedy. Not the first time.
Accept the consequence.
But there we go. We got extra turns now. We got a Valky that we can keep on top and do fun stuff with. Can hold up Doomblade. We could also shave a mana off the Epiphany. But I just... Tybalt's what I mean. You know what I meant. So I'm just trying to figure out if we're holding up Doomblade for the presumed creature or creatures. Yeah, they might do multiples. Yeah, good call. We'll just hold up because it's spending 2 to reduce the cost by 1, but we have the 7 now, so we can just hard cast it and it's okay. That is a fine place for our opponent to start, let me tell you. I don't mind that at all.
Respect for nature is always returned.
And I'm going to go ahead and blade it. Maybe I don't need to, though. We can kill the Unleashed and then have an... Yeah, I don't even need to. We can wait. Typhoon for 1. I want to be greedy on that again, but just so we don't need to. I'm going to go with the just simple Epiphany line. I get it, but this the nice thing about this particular time warp is that it explores, it develops the board a little bit for you and is fine here. I don't know if they've got removal that I'm not thinking about. I'm going to send both at the Garrick to be sure that it's dead. This is an instant. Interesting use of heroic intervention. It's not even that big a deal. Like, they're not going to do that much with this. One creature gets +2/+2. Yeah, I'm deciding whether we Doomblade or not. I guess we need to. Sure. We can still Eldest if we want. Oh, does that not even work?
Elsewhere.
Wow. Okay, well, we learned something about indestructibility. It has nothing to do with loyalty. You learned something new, I guess. I'm going to play Evolving Wilds and continue to hold on to this shark. Maybe we're supposed to... Yeah, we just... Mauling's an instant? Yeah, great. We get to keep up mauling. I like it. And I do this before I forget things. And we have a lot of black in hand, but no more black anyway. So yes, we'll take that island. It's pretty strong that they get to draw cards basically the rest of the game. But now we're going to maul this so they don't get extra. Now we're going to Eldest Reborn. I kind of like... We could just go Valky. But there's a case for... Sorry, Tybalt is... We could play Tybalt, but there's a case for Eldest Reborn Valky. You like Tybalt -3, Fenor? I feel like they're just going to continue to get... The reason I'm thinking Valky is that we can take Uprising value out of their hand and maybe turn off this chain. But we could also cast a Shark Typhoon as enchantment, and it does do a lot of stuff from there. I'm going to be greedy again and do that. I like it. If I go down because I got greedy with a Shark Typhoon, I can live with that. You think we can't afford it? We got chumps. Maybe so, but it's a fun mistake. All right, we don't have chumps, but we have 10 life. So now I just wish I had attacked with the birds, but that's fine. Maybe y'all are right in terms of win percentage, but I don't mind going down swinging with a Shark Typhoon. That's fun magic. Interesting call. That's funny. So I actually needed the... Well, nah, do we... Guess we still do... Well, they're just thinking with all the trample, we're probably dead math. I mean, I think, you know, this is the you know, Fenor's claim of mistake coming through to reality, right? All right, so now we get a 7/7, and we take out the 6/6.
So you've seen through my disguise, and away you go.
And I want to keep the birds just because we're that low on life here. Need a double block here on birds and single block here on 7/7 to stay alive. But then we can cast this, kill this. Cast this too. 4 and... Kind of millhousey here. Yeah, I think we can meet. Shouldn't we be able to? Let's try this here. Oh, with the same owner. No, we can't. No, it doesn't need green. It needs same owner. Same owner. So let's go Reborn. And then Thirst, which will only make a 1/1, but it's not nothing. We like used our instant speed removal, which would have gotten the Barons. Yeah, I should do that. You're right. Might find something good.
Oh, so many painful memories.
Time Warp is pretty good. We'll do that. Do we just win? They don't got reach, right? Don't need to. I'm just gonna win the game. Oh, chat, you're all over it. This is what it felt like Monday. I mean, this is not unusual on any given morning either, but I just feel extra supported by chat right now in terms of seeing stuff. Don't feel like I'm playing great. Playing fun, though. And look, Fenner, we got there anyway, thanks to timely warps. It won, but I'm not going to be results oriented. I will not be Rati and presume that because the move got there that it was overall the correct percentage play. I think in both of those twices is because we found Time Warp after, though. Certainly, Shark Typhoon Time Warp is a fun combo and very game-winning if you've gotten any Shark Typhoon action before that. That's true. I had the epiphany already. Well, got to 3 wins. Maybe a little sloppily, but we're getting there. We can keep this 2. Got a mana rock. We got some early removal. We got another time walk, and we got late game removal. All looks good. Although playing those other spells, I mean, we needed, like, we had reasons that we were doing it that way. I felt under pressure there. Obviously, I'm going to get a blue here to start. Make way for the SOV. Sovereign. Well, I guess if it becomes a creature, we don't have any instant speeds for that, but we'll see. We'll see how much of how much trouble that is. Cold Steel on blue again, I think. Although blue is the thing we can get the easiest. Maybe I get black for now, and we can always get blue with the passage. I'll start with black. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Now I need to get red for that. Although we can chief her. Yeah, I should have done red, though. Again, I'm just not playing sharp. I'm just not. Yep, note the companion. So now what do we do? Fabled Passage is all we have unless we draw cards. We can't draw cards because I didn't play this on red. So I think we do get the red for the Electrolyze on Storm. And we could depart Lannery, but she has haste. I mean, it might be worth it just to set him back a turn. I think it's probably worth it. As I'm... You know, that's kind of the job of this card, is to help us survive early. And we can still crack this in Epiphany. So I got black. So now I need to get red so that I can cast an important spell in my hand. But we can at least use all our mana this turn. Vivian Reed. Okay. Glad they're doing that. This one is Planeswalker, right? So we can destroy Vivian. Don't have the second black for it yet. But we could, if we can get there. So this is, yeah, let's see. We go, I guess we need to hold up Electrolyze for the Lannery, but it's really unfortunate to not be able to take out Vivian yet. But that's all we got, so nothing to do about it. I just wish also we could try to find a land to play this turn. And this is where, I don't know if Jim is still around, but Jim was like, I would actually have more land so that we just never miss on land, because you're only going to lose if you miss on land. Here we are actually missing on land despite quite being chock full of mana sources.
That would break someone like you.
Yeah, the plan long term is to thirst it, but we need 2 black to do that. So we just got to find that second black, and then we'll take care of that one. And Oppo messing with me and not playing what I need to actually use this electrolyze. Will you give me something else? Okay, you will. Give me that Lannery. Give me that Lannery. Give me that Lannery. Yeah, given our lack of mana, I'm surprised they're not turning Vivian Reed onto this artifact. I don't even want to roll over it so they see it. This is more blue. It's not more black. But we can play this as land. We can play a Mind Stone. It's what we got.
Come to me.
Looks like it. But just give us a black source and we'll be okay. Little side note, Rada, Heart of Keld has the text, you may look at the top card of your library anytime and you may play lands from the top of your library. That is a tweak of the default template from, what was that Centaur? I forget what it was called, but there was from Theros, where you could, it was basically this line of text, except it was play with the top card of your library revealed, right? And the trouble with play with the top card of your library revealed is that it gives perfect information to the players and then makes the games be played under this non-magic-y feeling of perfect info. This allows for that mechanic without perfect info. Yeah, I'm not going to crack Mind Stone because I want mana. I know we're looking for black mana, but heck, I can Epiphany if I need to at this point. Fenrirwood crack, yeah, but if I don't find it, I can Epiphany and then do it. I'm gonna take the chance. You could... Yeah, Epiphany into Time Warp. We got lots of time. Well, we got all the time. Let's start here. Nice thing about this Epiphany, it also keeps Vivian down. So now, even though we didn't find an untapped source of black, just wondering if we want to Time Warp. Maybe we do. We're gonna... So actually, if we're gonna Time Warp to get black, I can just go to face. I do like this as removal too, but this gets the job we want done, so let's do it. Yeah, it's true, we can crack the stone. Do we want to? Sure. Eldest Reborn doesn't suck either. But fundamentally, we're going out to the Planeswalker.
Not bad for a mouse.
And do we need to do any blocking? Rada is going to get big. Or could get big. Does not have inherent trample. I could send one. But, Obosh plus Rada is big game. Maybe we keep both back just in case they have removal. I don't want to die to removal. they go like Obosh shot a lightning bolt or something, we'd be dead. They play, well, I guess if they play Obosh, they can't do the pump thing. That's fair. Regardless, this Rada is scary. Yeah, do they have removal? Ryan, they had removal in your hand, and you made a Lady Sovereign joke about it. But yeah, no pump here, so we could just take the 5. That's fine. Oppo not doing us the favor of running out of stuff. But we're going to cripple these two. And then Gear Hulk the other, and we'll be okay here. This is a little scary still. But Fear naming Bird? Bird, yes. Obosh isn't going to die to the Fear anyway. Oh, wow. So close to being able to punish him for that. And, you know me, I'm just going to crack this before I forget this. Hopefully they have a basic land. I don't even know anymore. Okay, we got a couple. I'll get more black. And at 11, facing Sovereign, I'll stay back and block if it comes to it. Especially, again, that Obosh just changes a lot of stuff. Obosh comes down, though. We can kill it. Eldest Reborn just got terrible. Grim Initiate is not a good get with Eldest Reborn. Maybe, although I think like we had Crippling Fear partly because of that. Look, maybe we're dead. Maybe.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
So I don't know if I had a way to survive there that I didn't see, but once again, I'm going to be happy, not about my overall level of play. That wasn't great. Wasn't great. But what really bums me out is when you take the time to do a cube draft, you draft something reasonably cool, and then you just never get to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's the worst. That's the worst, is when you draft a sweet deck, any sweet deck, but especially a sweet cube deck, and then you just never get to do the thing. So I'm not going to complain because our deck got to do its thing many times. Two wins based on it. We got to make flying sharks, take extra turns, win the game because of it. Some good games occurred. That's what we're here for. So thanks, YouTube friends, for hanging out. Sorry if you were yelling at the screen over some of those plays, like chat was yelling at me in person, but we got enough done to get some half and half wins out of it and some good times. So let's take it. Thanks. Catch you in the next draft.